Hey everybody, this is Bruce with Subreddit Blues. Today we're going to be looking at r/entitled parents. And this post is entitled parents gets physical with me and tell me to make their kid pass his test or else. I'm a black belt in karate, and that means I volunteer to judge kids who are testing for belt ranks. If you aren't familiar, to move up a level in karate, you have to learn a bunch of material, and it gets increasingly harder as you go up. It's normally a very fun process, even as it gets harder, with the exception of the black or brown belt test. Most people pass and are given a list of things to improve on. My school is very zen and self-improvement focused. Now, every once in a while, there's someone who doesn't pass and has to repeat the semester, basically. When a judge thinks that should happen, they have to take it to a vote with the higher belt ranking senseis. Enter entitled kid. This kid is trouble. He's always been trouble, and I've judged him quite a few times. He's not a bad kid, mind you, it's his habits. He always shows up late, doesn't take karate seriously, which needs to happen as you get higher in rank. Will sit for like 30 minutes in the waiting room and do stuff on his phone when he should be at class. His heart just wasn't in it, and it was clear he was taking his brown belt test, which comes right before a year and a half of rigorous training for black belt. My dojo is very much focused on helping kids who need it the most, and put a lot of care into helping people who come from rough backgrounds or those who act out. So we'd all been easy on him. This time I watch him and he's really, really bad. If you know anything about martial arts, he's not at all where he's supposed to be. People let him skate by. So I fail him, and the senseis agree. He cried, but ultimately at the time I knew it would be a good learning experience because I went through the exact same thing and it made me more dedicated. Tough love. The next day, a man I'd never met before, entitled Dad, finds me, grabs me by the shoulder, and pushes me against the wall while I'm about to go into the women's changing room. I immediately go into a defensive position and tell him to get off. But he's just like, "You effing B, you're going to listen to what I have to say," and keeps me there. I raise my voice calmly and tell him to get off. Remove him from me. Seriously, what did he expect, pushing a black belt against the wall? His wife comes from behind him, arms crossed. "Get your hands off my husband." And the dad, "This B attacked me, EM. I saw." No, I did not. I'm going to leave now. They block my path. "You hurt our son." I don't know who your son is. Please leave or I'll force myself out. "You failed him, you B." He grabs my shoulder again. At this point, I shout for someone. The entitled mom tries to stop me, but a student has already seen what's going on and I leave with him. I get a sensei and confront them. Sensei, big scary dude who was a Marine, really puts EPs in their place. Lol. "Do not touch my students in that way, or it will move you from the building." "She failed my son. It's not fair." "Your son was not up to standards." "She hates him. She hits him when no one is looking and is out to get him." I was the one who approves her judgment. She is also not signed on to work with your son in any classes. Entitled parents are silent. "Well, we have a lot of scheduling problems, so we're late." That's not our problem." "She attacked my husband." "No, she didn't." "We pay for his classes. You have to let him pass." "No, you pay to have him instructed here. We can lead a horse to water, but we can't make him drink. With more practice and dedication, we think he would do better to improve and repeat this section." The parents are fuming. After a bit of more conversation, entitled Dad reaches for me again, but Sensei is quicker. He puts him into an arm lock and leads him out the doors while entitled Mom is shrieking about calling the cops. Needless to say, they never came back. Sad that I never got to see his kid improve, but I wish I could have helped him. I'm grateful that I never saw them again. The whole thing that blows my mind is like, how is the dad gonna go and corner this girl who's a black belt in karate? Like, do you think you're a tough guy? Like, he pushes her against the wall in a room full of black belts. That's just insane. Oh my goodness, I can't get over it. Okay, guys, so this next one, the entitled parent is this guy's own mom. Entitled Mom goes off because my wife and I spend our own money on things we need. Hey guys, first time poster here. A bit of a background. I moved out of home when I was 18. I am now 30 and married, living with my wife. Since I left home 12 years ago, I have worked full time, including 10 years service in the military. I am completely independent from my parents and have been the entire time. I have never relied on or asked them for anything. I have two sisters who still live at home. They both work casual and study. They are both shocking with money, constantly going overseas on holidays or to concerts and festivals with friends, just blowing every cent they earn. Their choice, though, good on them. Me, I've been on one overseas holiday for my honeymoon, but that's it. I save money every week and always have. I have fun too. I just make sure that if I can help it, I don't go backwards. Yet for some reason, Entitled Mother is always on my back about money. Not my sisters, just me. Whenever I spend anything, it's a big deal. She also has this thing about my wife not earning enough. She works full time and makes a decent salary, just not quite what mine is. It doesn't matter. We're a team and my wife is amazing. She does a lot for us in so many other aspects of our life. Entitled Mother is always saying that my wife is just playing me for my money, and one of these days she will leave and take half, which apparently she hasn't earned. Well, that's all BS. My wife and I have a great marriage. She's an amazing woman, and even if she did become unhappy and want to leave, she would absolutely deserve half, as income is only a small part of what someone brings to a marriage, and my wife is an absolute star. Honestly, I think it just makes Entitled Mother mad that we don't need her. So anyway, the story. Recently, there was a large hailstorm in my city. There was widespread damage. Thousands of vehicles were destroyed, including my wife's car. Luckily, the car was insured, and after a couple weeks, we received a decent payout. Although my wife loved her car, we did see this a bit of a blessing in disguise, as we had an old personal loan outstanding as well as a credit card with a little owing also. The plan was to completely pay off both of these, close the accounts, and with what was left, buy my wife a car. Then, if there was still some left, we would put some extra cash against our home loan. Yes, I know it sounds like we are drowning in debt. I assure you, we are not. Our situation is very manageable. We make all payments on time and still manage to put something away every week for ourselves. So anyway, this was all a few weeks back, and since then, we have done all of the above as planned. We are extremely happy as we have wiped out a lot of debt, everything except the home loan. And my wife loves her new car, despite it being a bit of a downgrade. Since all of this occurred, I had not heard from Entitled Mother. My parents are retired and traveling the country in a caravan, so I'm not bothered by this. Yesterday, I decided to call and check in. Things are normal at first, conversation is pleasant, but I can tell Entitled Mother has something on her mind, so I ask if something's wrong. The floodgates are opened. She's been holding this in for weeks. I paraphrase, but here's how it went down. Entitled Mother: I'll tell you what's wrong. Your wife's spending $35K on a car when you have a home loan to think about. Your wife is manipulative and selfish, and you are a gutless pushover. She will send you broke, and your father and I won't be there to pick up the pieces. Whoa, what the hell? First of all, why on earth do you think we spent that on a car? Where would you have even plucked that number from? Reminder, I haven't spoken to Entitled Mother in weeks. As far as I knew, she had no idea we had bought the car yet. Entitled Mother: Your sister showed me your wife's Snapchat story. There was a photo of the car with the price on the window, so don't effing lie to me. OP: Well, that photo was taken before we even spoke with a dealer. The price in the window was $32K, not $35K, and that was the original price. There was a sale on, dropping it to $6K, and I was able to talk them down further, $3K. On top of all that, my mother-in-law gave my wife some of her nan's inheritance to go towards it. Entitled Mother, casually moving past the part where she was wrong and abusive for no reason: Well, then tell me what you paid for it. OP: You know what? No. I don't owe you an explanation, and after the way you just attacked me, you won't get one. If you wanted to know, maybe you could have called and asked how we were going with the car situation at some point over the last few weeks. But I haven't heard from you, and our finances are none of your business anyway. Entitled mother hangs up. Haven't heard a thing from her in days now and don't expect to for a while. Spoke to my dad. His advice is, don't poke the bear. Makes me laugh. Apparently my wife is manipulative and I am the pushover. Yeah, sure. Might be time to go no contact for a bit. Alright guys, that was my very first video. I know I have a lot of work to do as far as, putting videos together and everything, but honestly, this whole thing is just really fun to me. I like doing funny voices and looking at Reddit, and if I can make other people laugh, then hey, all the better. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and if you like what you see, I guess I'm supposed to say hit the like and subscribe button, smash it even, but you know what? Do what you want. If you like what you see, I hope you guys stick around. See ya.